These kids had gone from being bullied to becoming somewhat bullies.
Many of the children face a lot of conflict in their neighborhood due to discrimination between African American students and African refugees. They live in a very rough city in a rough part of West Baltimore, and since they've arrived here in Baltimore, they really haven't had many experiences with nature and to be outside of a city environment.
We know that research says that nature is a very calming and soothing place for people. And that research kind of led me to think about getting those kids out of the city and doing some work understanding the differences, also maybe helping them remember their roots a little bit because they came from a more agrarian world. So our goal was to get them out of the city, to let them be free, to let them enjoy the animals, and to let them understand and feel some of the nurturing that maybe they haven't had in their lives.
Our mission is to educate and nurture children, youth, and families using the outdoors, the fields, the streams, the woods, and to challenge people with new experiences and to build cooperation along the way. Woodberry was founded in 1999 when my husband and I bought the property at Stablersville Road. It was a dream I had when I was about 15. I wanted to have a place where inner city kids could come and be a part of nature.
We said if we ever got a place, we'd have a place where city kids could come and be the only group and get personal attention and have time to run and play. And so when she got the farm, we decided that's what we wanted to do.
And we've had contacts with various city groups, so we invited them to come and be a part of it.
The Refugee Youth Project is an after-school and summer school program that serves primarily refugees and asylees in the Baltimore City area. The opportunity to work with Woodberry Crossing Farm came through the Peace Study Center, and basically RYP was focusing a lot on conflict resolution skills. And when I met with Cindy Woodruff from the Peace Study Center, she was so engaged in the project and what we were doing that we wrote up a grant together in partnership with the Peace Study Center, and the Woodberry Crossing Farm was involved because we're taking field trips there with our students.
The Woodberry Crossing project has been part of my Baltimore experience for 18 years. When I moved to Baltimore, I very soon came to know the Bryant family. And the Bryants are responsible for starting Woodberry and for developing it into this wonderful learning farm. And then, as other things happened in my life and I decided to open a nonprofit myself, we decided we would be a great partnership. We were able to write 6 visits into this grant. So we divided the visits into 2 fall visits and 4 spring visits, with the idea that they would come out and see what's happening in the fall and get acquainted and get familiar with all of us. And then we would come back in the spring and look as the farm begins to grow and blossom in the early spring. And that way, they also wouldn't get bored.
I think the main benefit for our students to visit the farm is just really getting them out of their environment here, that they've also really never had time to interact with animals and just be in a natural setting. So it's been really beneficial for them.
These kids experience things and then they say, okay, what's next? They don't really take it in, and maybe they can't. You know, maybe refugee experiences have really made these kids guarded in what they're able to attach to, but we wanted them to come enough so that they could really feel attached here and to understand that there's more than what you see on one visit, that they could find deeper meaning to working on a farm and being on a farm.
We're always looking for funds because it always takes more than you have.
Well, you know, we always need money. We talk about that all the time because there's never enough money. But more than money, we actually need people. People who can cook, people who like to play games, people who just like to play with babies. I mean, there's really, we need people who do administrative work. I mean, I don't think there's any area that we couldn't use people in. I mean, everything we do, everything is needed.